And we should be back. Let's just share the new link.
Terrific.
We have or I'll just delete the old
Yeah.
and get confused with the link.
For some reason, I can't see the chat on my iPad.
Are you in full
It's
screen?
weird. Yes,
So
but
yeah, you're only seeing it if somebody writes it. So it's not
oh,
just tested. Did it?
no. It's confusing because I don't have any options
I
to,
when
toggle
you
the live chat. I don't know.
oh here's
All right, let me just write a quick tweet for, just to, yeah, spread the word though.
Ari's in Germany right now.
So, ooh, nice. Should we do a meetup? Where is Uri? So, like, what part of Germany?
Berlin.
Oh,
Yes.
that's far away for you. I mean, for me, it's fine. It's like 3 hours, but for you, that's a long drive.
Yeah, I mean Berlin's for me. We have this new express train. It's 4 hours with the train. It's not that long. Like 5 hours to Hamburg for me and 4 hours to Berlin with train.
Oh, it's near
Okay, you know robot.
the
You're a robot
in
right now.
Berlin.
I didn't understand anything.
Oh yeah, it just switched to mobile internet, and that's pretty car.
Oh yeah, it's
It should be better now.
yes. No. Do you know how to hold
Hello,
like a timeline
is
thing
this?
in
Oh,
OBS?
great, great. I
Like
feel
this
like it
checklist
is a
thing?
big delay. Say again, please.
Do you know how to make a check OBS?
Ah, the internet. Love it. For what? I really,
Like the thing
it must be
NSF
the internet.
has.
Something is wrong right now.
Oh, I actually found the same thing that NFS.
Oh,
I
you
just downloaded
you
it.
you mean like a time?
Yes, this timeline thing.
Well, I think we could make separate scenes for that and just, pick out the things from the SpaceX website in order to,
But
you know,
not
know what's up.
like just this checklist.
Oh,
I can press so
yeah, I
next thing.
mean, yeah, I think it just
I actually got
works
it here.
through scenes.
So yeah, we propellant load underway, and Yeah, let me just go through everything we should know for the the launch time is 12:09 EDT or 16:09 UTC. It's the satellite's actually named after Neil Armstrong. It's fifth satellite, fifth GPS satellite of the Block 3. Launch providers are SpaceX, the Falcon 9 rocket, and the customer is the United States Space Force. It's launching from Sec 40 in Cape Canaveral on the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, and the payload mass is roughly at 3.8 tons. The satellite's going into a medium Earth orbit, and they are attempting to recover the first stage, and they will catch or try to catch out of the water the fairing. So yeah, everything they can, they will try to reuse today. It's the flight. Let me just look again. Yeah, it's the second flight for booster. It's booster 1060. And yeah, today they will also for the first time use for fame recovery their new ship.
Right. The internet again.
Yes.
For some reason, the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. I don't know why.
That's not. Okay, this overlay thing is actually it's try idea for this launch. It's set up so do this for like.
Hello, I should be back now.
Yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, let's just hope that the Wi-Fi will be better soon. So we're passing through T minus 25 minutes, is that correct? Great. So we are going to see some massive events soon at around the T minus 20 minutes mark. That's just to, you know, get all
New
the
lines.
boil off fuel and oxygen out and clear the lines just for the fueling, basically.
Yeah, so what's currently happening? So did anything? Yeah, we're currently at T minus 24 minutes. And the next big event is happening, like we said, at minus the 20 minute when And then at T minus 60 minutes, the second stage lock slot starts. And yeah, we're currently rocket is loading RP1 and locks in the first stage, and RP1 of course also in the second stage. And T minus 60 minutes there will also locks will also be starting to flow into the tanks of second stage.
Yes, so this is a GPS satellite. So, because the GPS network is actually pretty old, I'm not sure when the first satellite was launched or the first set or whatever, but yeah, GPS has been around for a long, long time. So it's just normal at this point, that they put new and modern satellites up there, just to replace old ones. And if I'm correct, the satellites are going into geostationary orbit, or a medium Earth orbit.
Yeah,
I'm not
so let's
sure
go
actually.
to MEO. So in the
Me-
medium Earth orbit, it's
okay,
around 20,000. Yeah, I think it's 20,000 kilometers.
yeah. Even though medium sounds very still close to the
Yeah, but
Earth, is
medium is
still pretty
actually pretty
high up
high.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Leo goes up to like what is it, 2,000?
Yeah, I think about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that should be. I used to have a map of all where I drew all the orbits into the, just have a reference. I I can't find it though. I lost it.
it just
Yeah. So the usual the usual height of the satellites is 20,200 kilometers, and yeah, so that's probably the same height, orbital height, this GPS satellite is going to go for. Do you know if it has any thrusters or engines on board to correct its orbit or to push itself into
yeah, I
orbit
think
like
it
the
has like a
SXM?
small engine and some thrusters to correct and steer. Yeah,
Okay, so just like the SXM satellite,
and also just to reboost.
right? I mean, orbital decay is
Yeah,
very low up there, but
yeah, but
still,
still, yeah, and
yeah,
reboosting, and of course to deorbit it after the end of its
yeah.
life.
But is it going to deorbit, or is it easier to just put it to a graveyard orbit?
I don't know. It's just in the middle of both. I think doesn't matter.
Right, because geostationary orbit is not that far from there, um, and the graveyard orbit is just
Yes, I
just
have
a
a map
little bit.
right here. So the GPS are
Yeah.
actually right in the middle of Queen, Theo, and geostationary. So I think it
Okay.
wouldn't matter if you would put it in a graveyard orbit or not.
Yeah. So they probably have a plan for that,
So yeah,
but it's
actually
gonna take a
another map
lot of
says that
time.
it's closer to Leo than Geo. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's probably doing a deorbit burn, and not getting to a
Yeah.
graveyard orbit. I mean, why don't they just do I do in KSP, where you just boost it into an interstellar orbit or interstellar, and there's a
Well,
helicopter flying around.
yeah, I've seen that earlier, and
They like
I
just range
think the
safety, clearing everything if they're
yeah, but would they fly around the rocket?
and stitch looks low. Yeah, I mean
Great.
it looks pretty close, but
Yeah, it's just the angle.
and there's S20, so it should be on
Nuts.
time. Okay, countdown is a little bit ahead because most of us yeah, around T minus 20.
So I'm just looking at a chart of all the GPS satellites that have ever been launched, and that's actually quite a lot. A lot of the earlier GPS satellites were launched on a Delta II, arguably the best rocket ever made. And the first satellite of this current constellation was launched on July 23rd, 1997. And back then they were still called Navstar. Oh, they're still called Navstar actually. And yeah, but the current constellation started at Navstar 43. So before that, there were either, I think, 1 or 2 constellations before. Yeah, so GPS has been around for a long time.
I actually don't know why are they just going to stationary. Like that, you know, you want to have. You have it stationary, you could build a constellation, and maybe it's too far away.
No, I'm not sure actually, but the problem is, so like the way GPS works is you have to have at least 3 satellites, 3 satellites, I think.
So yeah, my hello. Okay, yeah, I think I've been okay. Yeah, I know,
So,
but I was muted again in the stream.
oh, okay. Are we good? Can I continue, or you need to sort things out?
We can continue.
Okay.
It'll just set the noise scale a little bit lower.
Okay. So
Can't hear.
that you need what?
Can't hear you.
Did it switch? Oh, did it switch to mobile? Yeah, it's switched to mobile internet again. Hold on. Wow, this is annoying. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. So, again, one more time, the way GPS works is that your GPS chip, and for example, your phone, has to connect to 2 or 3 different satellites, and each satellite has an atomic clock inside. So it's not for measuring the time or anything. It's just to measure what time difference is between the satellites, and therefore you can calculate through a triangular system the exact position of the chip. So this is basically very easy explain how the GPS system works, and you can get an more accurate measurement through more satellites, but you technically only need 3. So it's the standard GPS is accurate to under 20 meters. So that's when you have 3 satellites. When you have more than 3 satellites available, you can get down to a accuracy of, I think, a couple of centimeters. So yeah, that's basically very accurate. And I think they're in a medium Earth orbit, so more satellites can be used for more different people and things you may need GPS for. So yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Well, I can hear.
yeah, and
Oh, so the people can't hear you in the stream?
Oh yeah. Okay, now put in the wrong direction. So
Alright.
yes, SpaceX is now rolling the intro, and after that we'll switch to that view.
Wait, is it a new intro?
No, it's just the old intro. They still have the same.
Oh, like they had before. Alright. Because it was they had another one
10,
for a couple of
9, 8,
for a couple
Yeah,
of
they
times.
had a lot,
Five,
but
But
they're
that's
sticking.
the old.
3, 2, 1.
Yep. Oh, it's true actually. Yeah. That's.
Yeah, it's not the same. So
They have the
they
old
had-
intro again.
yeah, I
Good
think that
afternoon.
intro's
It's
cool
Thursday,
actually.
June
Yeah,
17th,
that's
and on
much
your
better
screen
than
is
So
a
they
live view
they
of
tweak it
Falcon 9
over
as
they
it
tweak it
awaits
over
its
the top,
12:09
but
p.m. Eastern Time
Well,
launch
let's
you
just
know,
look
like
at the
the
last
firing shot.
launches.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a different intro.
Here, where was it here? So actually, SXM8 had the same.
LWO1 weather
Yeah.
lift up.
SXM8
Yeah.
had the same.
Oh, I didn't realize it.
Sierra
Because
2 didn't
the-
have an intro, so what's up with the Starlink mission here? Yeah, the
Because
Starlink
the
mission.
other intro-
The Starlink mission had
ESPS
had
three,
the
wasn't
old
it?
one.
Lift up
No,
missions
actually not.
to
No,
Virginia.
it's
What?
ESPS is
No,
ready
this
for
is the old
launch.
one. It started with the. This is the new one.
2, 1.
See, because the old one started with that sunrise shot. No, wait, what? Okay, I'm really confused right now.
let's just get back to
Yeah, let's
Sirius
just
19 or
let's just
so.
talk about it.
You mean this one?
So,
That's actually a thing. That's a thing. That's actually my favorite one.
yeah, that one's better in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, that's the old one. Oh, I don't know. I think they have actually a couple, and no one really realized that. No,
But
that's
yeah,
the
for
old
last missions, they always had the same.
Yeah. So we're about 5 minutes away from engine chill. That's just where SpaceX loads some
Vehicle
oxygen
for
into
mission.
the lines
That's your
and
new
through the engines to cool them down in order to avoid thermal shocks. Because you can figure, like, if you're shooting very, very cold liquids through a line that is warm, like Florida warm, then it might break or the computer could get confused or something. So that's why they slowly let oxygen into the lines.
Yeah. So yeah, we actually have a cool few of just 3D instructions. And I don't know why, but they have the old mission patch on the fairing. That's the GPS GPS free launch free mission patch actually. Do you reuse this fairing or? So it's definitely the old mission patch.
Oh no, that's actually Miko. Before that, they call it engine chill, MVAC engine chill. So the vacuum stage also chills the engine down. Yeah, so you can just watch out for that, and yeah, that's how it works. Ooh, John is back on the stream. That's
Wait,
pretty
for
cool.
real?
The fairing house we are
Yeah.
using today are new and will recover
So I'm
them
watching
using
the
our chartered
real-time
recovery
SpaceX
ship,
stream right now.
HOS Briarwood.
So
Once
the
the fairing
comment
reaches the
is
vacuum of
on
space,
our
we
stream
will
is
jettison the fairing house as
I
the
hope it's
second
on
stage
the it's
continues on its journey
almost
to
live.
orbit.
There's no.
Good morning from
There's
SpaceX
John!
headquarters in
I'm so
Hawthorne,
good again.
California. I'm John Inspector,
Yeah.
Falcon Principal
worry
Integration
about it.
Engineer. The launch
I hope
vehicle
I'm
and satellite vehicle
somewhat
teams are ready
good
for
on
launch.
the
That's
stream.
As we
that's so
approach
cool.
T-minus 10 minutes, 45 seconds
Yeah,
to
he's the
liftoff.
best.
This is our fourth GPS launch.
So
And all
John,
four have been
Jesse
from Space
Anderson,
Launch Complex 40.
and yeah, that's pretty much
Earlier
it.
today, the satellite
Those
team
are the
performed
legends.
functional checkouts of the GPS satellite, and the satellite went on internal battery power at T-minus
And
15
there's
minutes.
this NASA
The Falcon
host.
9 team began their final
What's her
checks
name
at
again?
T-minus 2
Leah.
hours.
She's pretty cool.
Most
She
recently,
usually
we
does
completed the
the
poll to proceed with
the
propellant load
cruise
and
launches.
launch. This was at T-minus 38 minutes,
yeah.
and all parties were go.
Oh, we're passing through
The team at
T-minus
Cape
10
Canaveral
minutes,
began
actually.
loading propellant
So,
on time at T-minus
that engine I was
35
talking about
minutes.
earlier, it's just a couple of
Falcon
minutes
9 is
away.
a bipropellant vehicle. That means it uses two
And,
propellants.
there's this
fuel
shot
and an
of
oxidizer.
40 is pretty cool.
For Falcon 9,
where you
our
can see
fuel
the lines
is a
to the
refined
left,
form of kerosene
and of
known
course
as
the
RP1.
lightning towers.
Now, to burn the fuel, we need an oxidizer.
Yeah.
Most burning on Earth uses oxygen, which
Yeah,
makes
let's
up
just
about
listen to the beautiful voice
21%
of
of the
John
air you
Innsbrucker.
breathe. However, in
Sucking
space,
in
there's
what
no
he's talking about.
atmosphere to provide oxygen
Well,
or other
fucking under that.
oxygen-bearing molecules,
Okay.
so the rocket
So
needs
just
to
the
carry its
regular
own
rundowns?
oxidizer to space. And in our case, our oxidizer is super chill liquid
So-
oxygen, referred to as densified
Yeah.
LOX. The liquid oxygen is chilled well below its boiling point, and that increases its
So
density,
let's just wait for the
which
engine
allows us to
chill
load more
coming
into
up
the first
at
and
in
second
about
stage
2
LOX
minutes.
tanks. Now, currently, fuel loading is complete on the second stage. Fuel loading is continuing on the first stage for another few minutes and will
Yeah.
wrap up at T-minus 6 minutes.
So
Liquid oxygen loading is continuing
I'm
on both
really
the
not
first and
up to
second
date for
stages,
this
and you can
mission.
see the gaseous
How-
vapor
what
coming off
booster
of
is
both
this?
tanks as
It's
that ultra-cold liquid
B1060
oxygen
Sugar.
contacts the skin of the vehicles.
Oh, that's
yeah,
the second
Florida
flight,
air.
right?
Yeah, second
Now,
flight
in
was
addition
better.
to its propellants, Falcon 9 also needs an ignition source to start burning the fuel and oxidizer.
What was the
And for
first
that,
flight?
we use
I
the
can't
chemical
remember right now.
T-tub that stands
think
for
it was the first
triethyl
GPS
aluminum
launch,
and
but let me just
triethyl
look it up.
borane. Now, when it's fully fueled,
Yeah,
Falcon
I'm
9
already
first and
scrolling
second
through
stages
the
combine to
SpaceX
carry
app,
over
because
1.1
they did
million pounds of propellant. And we're going to burn through most of that over
yeah,
the 8.5
GPS
minutes
3,
it takes to land the first stage and get the second stage into its
slash
initial
04
orbit.
was the
Now,
first
once our
one.
Merlin
Okay,
engines
so
begin
maybe
to
that's
burn
a
RP1
GPS
kerosene
only
and the
booster or
liquid
something.
oxygen,
But then it's
you're gonna
been
see the
actually
rocket
laying around for
throwing
a
that
long
So it
combustion
time,
wasn't
exhaust
hasn't it?
out of the
for
engine
that
nozzles in
launch,
one
yes.
direction.
Okay.
I
And that
think it
results
was-
in a push on the rocket in
It
the
actually
opposite
was
direction.
at
And this is a great
Vandenberg
example
for
of
some
Newton's
time,
third law of motion. For
but
every
then
action,
they
there is an
lost-
equal and
no.
opposite reaction. On the
I'm
weather
not
front,
sure.
at T-minus
Actually,
1
not
hour,
sure.
we are
Yeah.
down to just 10% probability of violating launch weather requirements. The only
So,
thing we've
ooh,
been
we have
looking at
finally
is
a
up around
launch
2
day for
wind shear.
Transporter
We're
two.
That
actually
looks good right now, so we
90% go
expect
for
we're going to be
launch, so
good for the
that's-
last 7.5
Ooh,
minutes of the
nice.
countdown.
It's pretty much gonna go.
Weather conditions are also looking good for the
Yeah.
booster landing on our drone ship
So,
and for the
as I
fairing
said, we
recovery.
actually have a
So with that, the launch
launch
vehicle,
day for
satellite,
Transporter 2.
weather, the range
It's
are all good to
Thursday,
go
the
for a
24th of June.
off from Space Launch Complex 40.
So,
Yeah, that's what
As we
time is
mentioned
it for
earlier,
us?
today's GPS 3
there's no
Space
cheesy
Vehicle
road
5
yet,
mission
but,
is for the U.S. Space Force. This
and it's
mission will
just
be
a net,
SpaceX's
so
fourth
no earlier
overall
than
GPS
date.
3 mission.
So,
2
yeah.
missions were successfully launched in
that
2020
one's gonna
and
be
1 in
interesting.
2018. And following
So
today's
it's
launch,
not
we
too
are
late.
planning our 5th mission for sometime
I
next
love
year.
looking at the
To date,
pictures
these
of
next-generation satellites provide
of
increased signal accuracy and
the
reliability
transporter mission
to
before
operate even if
the
confronted
fairing was closed. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
very cool.
Marlon's off comms for a minute, so I'm just gonna talk.
Why was I
Um,
muted?
I don't know. I thought something came up, so I just
I was
assumed that you
talking
were
the whole
gone.
time.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So transport is pretty cool. I hope my computer is back then, because then I can really stream this thing. I'm actually toying with the idea of buying a proper microphone because, just for better audio quality.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Like,
So I don't want to spend that much money just, for me to have proper mic for, the
Yeah.
podcast and streams and stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, let's just talk about the podcast for a minute. So yeah, that
Oh,
we
yeah.
actually had to skip this week's because we were really busy and Phil's laptop didn't work. But
Yeah. So the problem is that I want to give you the best audio quality I can, and that really relies on the laptop. So, and since the laptop really just stopped working, so I was just doing some schoolwork on it, and it lost charge even though I plugged the charger in. It was really weird. And then so it had the little charging symbol on the top, and it still lost charge, and then died eventually, and I couldn't get it working again. So yeah, I called up Apple and they said, yeah, send it in because it might relates to the battery because it got swapped the other day. Wasn't the other time wasn't repaired just 2 months ago. So that's why they said, yeah, we're gonna repair it again. So I just sent the laptop. So I gave the laptop to the mail earlier. So yeah, let's hope it's back here soon. Yeah. So in school, I now have to write on paper like a cave person.
Yeah, actually, I have to do it as well. So yeah, I would like to ask my teachers for next year if I can use my iPad in school.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's only gonna happen in the Oberstufe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just ask,
Yes.
Like, are you usually so the typical answers I got were I don't care or yes, but only for school. And you're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, and then you'll whip out a tweet one here or there. Yeah, it's just how it works.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as you can keep up with school and don't get distracted too much, it's
So I
gonna
actually
be
have
fine.
no idea what's happening today because today we have like 0 viewers all the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well,
It's
I don't
actually
know.
pretty strange, but yeah. I mean, it's available as a video in the
I mean,
afterwards, so.
Yeah, some people will actually. I kind of like to do that. So, like for example, KSP streams or something. I really like to
Yeah,
watch them
always
afterwards.
love to rewatch NSF streams of like Starship flights or so.
Yeah,
Like just to get a feeling of this day again.
yeah. I mean,
Especially as an
usually if I
8.
want to have those nostalgia moments or something, I just watch the recap of SpaceX. But sometimes I just if I want to have something in the background, just running, if I'm doing like school or something, I don't like to get distracted as much. So that's usually when I turn on Lab Padre, like Nerdle Cam or Launchpad Cam, depending on how the fog is. And then I just, do my stuff and watch it. But for sleep or something, I just put on some old SN8 stream or one of the million SN9 streams. And yeah. So we're actually very close to launch. So we're now passing through T-2 minutes. And in exactly 1 minute, the vehicle is going to go into startup. That means
I'm
that
actually at
the
T-2
internal
As a
minutes and
reminder, if
24
we have to
seconds.
call a hold on today's launch,
We
we have a
okay.
backup opportunity tomorrow with a
I'm looking
liftoff
at
time of
T-2 minutes.
12:05 p.m. Eastern.
That's unfair.
So yeah. So at T-1 minute, the vehicle is passing is going to change into startup. That basically means that the internal flight computer is ready for launch, is checking everything, and then the LD, the launch director, will call out LDs go for launch. That basically means that everything is ready in mission control, and the rocket gets ready, it tests itself,
And we've got confirmation. Stage
yeah,
2
then
LOX loading is complete.
Yeah, we just got
T-minus-
confirmation.
Fleet's loading of the over
Stage 2 LOX
1.1
load is
million pounds
complete,
of propellants
so
on the Falcon 9.
all the stages
Right.
have now
Systems
completely
remain go
loaded
for
with
launch.
RP1 and LOX and are ready
Right
for
now,
flight.
we are beginning to drain the propellant
So
out of the
we'll
lines that go up the
see
strong back to the
the
second
lines
stage.
empty
That's
out.
creating the large
So
white
yeah,
cloud you
that's
see
the
around the
big
strong
vent.
back.
So and we're in
Pressure from
startup.
that ultra-cold LOX line is vented overboard, and it meets up with
Yeah.
the warm,
So
moist
as I
Florida
said,
air.
the vehicle now is
Now, our next
completely
event will be
internal.
startup call out
So
at T-minus
every
1
board
minute. That's right, the
is,
first and second
or
stage
most of the
computers
boards is
on
gonna
Falcon 9
be
are
by
executing
the
stored
computer now.
programs to prepare the rocket for
And
flight, leading to ignition of the Merlin
yeah,
engines at
so
T-minus 2 seconds
at around
and
T-minus
liftoff
2
at
minutes,
T0.
the engines will spin up, and at T0 they'll ignite.
Falcon 9
And
is
then
startup.
at T plus
Falcon
0.5
computers are running the
seconds,
final
the
sequence
launch
for
clamps
launch.
will
We're
release,
also
and it will go
pressurizing first and
at
second
T
stage
So how would
plus.
be if we would
for
just
liftoff
switch
pressure.
to our stream so we're not delayed? Maybe that's.
The MD is go for launch.
I mean, we're
Well,
streaming
but yeah, but
zero
if you
latency
watch
Heard the
now.
our
call out.
stream,
The Space Force mission director is go for launch.
then will be massive delay
T-minus
for the
33
actual stream.
seconds and
You
I
know
don't
what I
have.
mean?
All systems go
I'm
for
streaming
launch.
right now at 1 second
Let's
delay.
listen into terminal count and
Okay.
watch as Falcon
So
9
not even
transports
super
the
low
U.S.
latency. I
Space
think it's
Force's
sub 1
GPS-3
second.
Space Vehicle number 5 satellite
Okay.
into orbit.
So it's almost happening synced with me doing something here.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7.
So we're coming up on T-minus 15
5,
seconds.
4,
And now I'm doing
3,
the real
2,
life versus our
1,
stream thing again. So
0.
I can look at the real life thing
And we
and
have a
Lift
look
off.
our
at
Go Falcon, go
Yeah.
GPS.
there it goes.
beautiful shot there. Oh my god, that's perfect for the
Vehicles
recap.
pitching downrange.
Yeah.
That's perfect for the recap. What's the
Stage
resolution
one,
of
chamber
that stuff?
pressures
It's
are
4K, I
nominal.
can crop in. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's 4K.
I can do some
Fancy.
beautiful
That's
crop ins for the recap. So yeah, the recap video of that one will be very nice as well. So I was not with the space station. We can best recap for just stream high resolution. We can
T
crop
plus,
in and
T
just
plus
have quite a
36
few.
Yeah.
seconds. SpaceX launch
Oh,
engineers
did you
report
see
nominal conditions on
the
Falcon
vapor
9.
cone
We begin the trip to
when it
space
passed
carrying the
through
GPS-3 satellite.
Mach 1?
Hurling engines
Yeah.
about to throttle down. We're
Yeah.
in the
So
throttle
now
bucket.
max Q.
Decreasing
least in real
acceleration
life.
in preparation for maximum dynamic pressure.
So that's the problem with our stream, that I don't know
Great views
when I
looking
can
aft
say stuff like that.
towards Cape
Beautiful,
Canaveral.
beautiful shots from the rocket.
Vehicle
Yeah.
is
That's
supersonic.
beautiful. as
It's a
well.
beautiful
Throttle
day.
back up
Oh,
to
Yeah.
full
there's
power.
the shockwave. Yeah,
We're out of the throttle bucket and
Everything
we're
is beautiful
supersonic.
today.
that was a beautiful shockwave.
It's like the song from the Lego movie, Everything is Awesome.
Everything is awesome. Yeah, it's
Oh wow, look at the plume from the shot from the ground. Wow.
Now from
And
here
we
on, even though
have-
velocity is rapidly
Oh,
increasing, the atmospheric density is decreasing. That's resulting on less loads
So
on the
yeah,
Falcon
beautiful
9.
like
You've
the
heard the call
vapors
out. We're
coming
through
out
max
there.
Q, so the loads are now
Yeah.
decreasing on the launch
Wow.
vehicle.
I feel like stage 1 burn is pretty long today.
Wow,
And that
the
engine chill
onboard
is
shot
started.
is amazing.
That call out says
at
the
the
bleed
Yeah,
valve
blue
that's so
on
marble.
the second stage engine is open, and that's beginning a final chill of
So
the
yeah,
MVAC
I'm
engine
chills
prior to second stage
currently
ignition.
undergoing.
All's looking good
Yeah.
with the stage 1 trajectory.
So we're coming up
We've
on
got
Miko
3
in a
events
couple of
coming up in quick
seconds.
succession. We're gonna have
On
main engine
at Miko,
cutoff.
the engines
Miko, as
will
we
shut
call it.
off.
The first and
two
second stages will then
stages will
separate.
separate, and
then
the
we will
MVAC
have
engine, so
ignition
the
of the
vacuum
second
stage
stage
will
engine
ignite
to
and
propel
push
Falcon 9 into the
push the
first parking
satellite
orbit.
further into orbit. And then just about 20 seconds after engine ignition, the fairings will separate, and yeah,
We're beginning to
then
throttle down
it
the
is
first stage engines
uh,
to hold 4G constant
exposed to the
acceleration.
vacuum space.
Coming up on main engine cutoff.
Yeah, and we have Miko.
Miko.
Yes, so now the
Stage
Stage
separation.
separation, okay.
great. So now the first stage is gonna, like turn around, and the engines will face
And
the
we've
atmosphere.
got, as you can hear the cheering in
And
the
once
background,
the
successful
stresses
stage
will get too
separation.
high, the engines
Second
will
stage is now
reignite
under power
and
of the single
slow
barrel
the
and
booster
vacuum
down
engine. You may have
in
noticed
order
some
to survive
curved pieces
the atmosphere.
of metal
Actually,
come
and
off the
that's
end
called
of the
the-
nozzle right after
Will this thing go
ignition.
into
That's
a,
normal. These are ground
Those
handling
vehicles are
tools.
following nominal trajectory.
They're not needed in flight. We hear the call out. We're following nominal
So there will be
trajectory.
a boost
Yeah,
at
okay.
around
With the
Yeah,
left side
+1
of your
hour.
screen, you can
Reset
see
at
the
1
first
hour
stage grid
increments,
fins.
so
The
yeah, but we
titanium
will
grid fins
stream
have
that.
deployed.
Because I will still
Coming
do
up
some
next,
work for
fairing
school.
separation.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So you can check out our
Acquisition signal,
Twitters,
Pumonkey.
and we'll post updates there
So yeah,
probably.
we'll go, we'll end the stream at when stage
Bearing
1 is
separation
ended.
confirmed.
Yeah, just like at T plus 15 minutes or so.
Nice view from the second stage camera,
Yes.
showing successful fairing deploy.
So you
This
can actually
Falcon
see
9 is
the
passing through 110 kilometers
the
altitude.
special acoustic
Now we
installation
will
on the
be
fairing.
attempting to retrieve
Yeah,
these
but
new
like-
fairing halves with the help
I mean,
of our
it's not really
contracted
Yeah.
recovery
special,
vessel,
like it's
HOS
it's normal.
Briarwood.
Well,
Everything
for
has
the
that.
GPS, for the GPS launch, they insulated the fairing a little differently than, for example, the Starlink missions.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
that's
the
what I meant,
Starlink mission,
like
Oh, yeah.
every normal
Right.
launch has this installation. It's just
Now
with
currently,
the
Falcon
Starlink,
9
we're so
second
used to
stage
Starlink
heading
launches,
northeast
but they
along the
don't have
US coast.
installation. But
We
every
are sending
rocket
telemetry
has
down through the
installation in the
SpaceX
fairing.
Bermuda ground
Those
station.
vehicles continue to follow
especially the
nominal
As we
Ariane
pass
5,
4
it has
minutes
blue
and 20
installation,
seconds
so it
into
really
flight,
sticks out.
all
And
systems
that's
are
just,
go.
to protect the rocket.
Bermuda.
As
Not
Falcon
the
9
rocket,
carries
the payload,
GPS
sorry.
into space.
Yeah, so now we can see the first stage aligning itself. So it's just like a pencil falling down out of the sky right now. And Yeah, it will
I think it
steer through the
already, yeah,
atmosphere.
okay, it already reached apogee, so it's
It's
now
T
going
plus
down
4
again.
minutes and 45 seconds here
Right.
into today's
So
mission.
you can see
And we're
to the
currently
left,
in the first of
at the,
2 planned
to the
MVAC
bottom
burns for
left corner,
satellite
you
deployment.
can see the
You can see
telemetry
from the live views
of the
on
first
your right,
stage,
the
and you
second
can
stage
you can
MVAC
see
engine
that
is burning.
the speed is
And there
going
on your
up
left is a
because
live view
it's
of the Falcon
falling
9
back
first
down
stage
towards
as
the
it's
Earth.
preparing to re-enter the
And
Earth's
at some point
atmosphere.
it'll do an entry burn, so the speed
At
will
T
go
plus
down
6 minutes and
significantly.
18 seconds, you should see on your screen the first
Yeah.
stage's entry burn.
Like, what
This
would
is
But
just
that's
be
still
really
just
cool
about
to
a
see
minute.
is
This
like
burn will
in
last about
night
30
maybe
seconds.
that you could see the entry burn from the second
For the
stage.
entry burn, we relight the center E9
second stage?
engine on the first stage,
Yeah.
and then partway
Like
through
stage
we
1 entry
relight the
burn for
Both vehicles
stage.
E1
continue to follow nominal trajectories.
Oh,
and
right.
E5
Yeah,
engine.
gotcha.
So
I
we
mean,
will
at
have a
night you
total
should-
of
you
3
should
M1D engines
theoretically
helping
see
to
it.
slow the vehicle down as it passes
Yeah.
back into the Earth's
So actually,
atmosphere.
sometimes, usually for the Starlink launches, so
You can see a
I've seen it
great,
once,
live
but you can
look
see
at
the
that
second
Falcon 9
stage
first stage
passing
there as
by
it's coasting back
because
down.
during
Now,
the
the Falcon
Starlink
9
missions, they
supporting phase
usually
mission will perform this
do
entry
coast
burn
phase for a
the
very
second
long time,
time,
so
and
like
both
45
fairing
minutes.
halves will re-enter
And
for the
when they
first
follow
time.
the regular
This booster
inclination
previously
from
supported
my
the November
house, you can
2020
see the second stage
GPS-3
passing
mission,
by.
and we're pretty excited to watch today's
Yeah,
landing.
that's
Yeah,
something
that's-
that
marks
that's
won't
the
pretty
happen
cool.
first
anymore,
mission
right?
we're supporting
So
for
yeah,
the
we
U.S.
know.
Space Force with a flight-proven booster.
Oh yeah, so right, I
So
can
yeah,
talk
I
about
hope
that.
that we will
Just
see
a second.
the
Now,
satellites.
entry burn will start
Like that we
in
could
just
see
a
some
few
trains
seconds here.
again.
Listen for the call out.
Stage one,
Unlikely
flight
during
termination
the
system
summer,
is safe.
actually,
Stage 1, entry burn
because
to
it's the sun is not
You heard the call out. You
ideal.
can see on your screen
summer.
stage 1 entry
Yeah,
burn has
So
started.
maybe that's. I think the biggest problem is like that they are in this
Burn
orbit
lasts
and
about 30 seconds.
chance.
Oh, hold on,
of-
we
of
completely
them-
missed the entry burn.
chance of them passing over is like much lower. Like
Yeah.
also
So the vehicle is doing actually the entry burn right now. We're
Yeah.
talking over the entry burn. So
Stage
you can
1,
see
entry burn
it
shut down.
started the
Also,
entry
I
burn at
hope
around
s-
We did have a
7,400
successful
kilometers an
stage
hour.
1 entry
From
burn
stage
there.
one, that would be
And
awesome.
now while Falcon 9
Both
makes
vehicles
Yeah.
continue to follow nominal trajectories.
So it now slowed down
while
about
Falcon 9 makes
2,000
its way
kilometers
back
an
to
hour,
Earth,
which
you
is
may
actually a
notice
lot.
that there are
So
different soot markings,
now it
soot
can,
markings on the
when
outer
it's
covering
passing
of the
through lower
rocket.
atmosphere, you
You
can
can maybe
actually
just
see
see
it right
them
now.
on your screen on
The
the
lower
left
you get
there.
into the
Now, if
atmosphere,
you've
the
ever
denser
wondered how these
the air,
markings are
the air
formed,
gets.
the soot is
How
generated
quick it
when
slows
the
down right now.
carbon-based
It's already
rocket-grade
at 17
kerosene,
kilometers.
or
It
RP1,
doesn't look
burns.
that high.
And since our re-entry
So
occurs
Yeah.
engines first, the booster flies
little bit
through its own
unstable,
So-
isn't it?
which deposits the soot on the rocket
Yeah,
there.
it's a little bit. The grip fins are real
Now, coming up
wobbly, and
next
it's
will be
doing
our
a lot of
landing
adjustments
burn,
with the
which will
RCS
be
right
at
now.
T plus 8 minutes and 7 seconds.
Oh,
This
so
will
at
also last about
3
30
kilometers, you
seconds.
can see the
and
drone
it
ship coming
will,
up.
Hopefully
All right.
land our first stage on our drone ship. Just read the instructions.
Yeah.
Stage 1 is transonic.
So I'm just watching the real
Atlantic
stream now.
coast. You heard the call out that stage 1 is now
Um,
transonic.
Stage two
Yeah.
is
So
under
we have
internal
very
guidance.
stable video though. That's pretty
On
cool.
stage one
Now,
is
just
really
1
good
second
right
after
now.
the start of the landing
Yeah.
burn, we will
So
actually
I'm
have
not sure
second
how to
engine
light the streams
cutoffs
right
on
now.
the-
Some
Flight
at
termination system is
3.4.
on the
to
second stage
one.
on the right.
Oh,
So both coming up
So
in
yeah,
just
this
a few
is
seconds
good.
here.
Stage 1, landing burn has started.
all right.
Turn is it's very far
See
away.
that stage
today.
1 entry burn,
Seco 1.
landing
That
burn,
stage
So-
has translated a lot.
and Seco 1. There's the
On
first
my
stage
screen, the
coming
landing
in.
burn has
Are we
started
actually,
already.
Are we actually gonna get synchronized footage?
Landing leg.
I'm not sure. I didn't look out for that.
No. Oh
Pretty-
yeah.
Pretty much. Yes. we did,
Very
we did.
synchronized. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, what
That
a
was
beautiful,
almost perfectly synchronized.
what a beautiful view of
Yeah,
that first
just a little
stage
delay,
landing.
but that's
And
fine.
we did get a
You know,
confirmation
And
from
wow.
our second
Okay,
stage
so the booster landed on the ship.
of a nominal
Now
orbit. You
soon
can hear
there
the
will be a
cheering in the
small
background
roboter,
every once.
like a small device driving under the rocket and grabbing the rocket
The satellite.
on the lower end, and so it doesn't tip over or something. Yeah. So now we're just looking at some shots of the second
And there you
stage.
can actually see how fast stage 1 is going. It's again a big difference to Starlink launches. It's going much faster. So not much faster,
Yeah.
but it's definitely going faster. Because it's going to a medium Earth orbit, and now where it is pretty low, like with the SXM launch, we saw it speeding up again, but also later when it was far away. But now it's pretty close. It's still pretty close, and it's 169 actually. That's cool.
Nice.
And yeah, it's pretty close. You can see really good.
Or are you
really see
looking at
speed.
27,420 and 169? Oh, come on, that would be pretty cool.
It was
Come
actually.
on.
We actually had it.
Yeah? Nah. We're now at 170 in altitude.
Oh yeah.
That's unfortunate. Would have been cool though.
So yeah, with that, I would say we wrap up the stream.
Yeah, so I mean, I can just do some talking for the outro. So that was basically our stream for GPS-3. The rocket will, or the second stage will continue on its path to medium Earth orbit. It will relight the second stage in about 50 minutes. And yeah, that's basically just to get the satellite
15?
boosted.
It's not 15.
50.
50.
50. Yeah. So and
oh yeah.
just to push the satellite into orbit or into the proper orbit it needs to go. And yeah, so you can watch that on the SpaceX stream and on our Twitters, which is at PhilipSpaceX.
Oh, look at the stage going. That's so fast. That looks so cool.
Yeah, so it's at PhilipSpaceX for me and at Marlon_Midbay. And yeah, so that's basically it. So we'll see you hopefully for the recording of the third episode of Weekly Spaceflight here on YouTube or on our Discord server. And yeah, we'll see you guys later.